So at this point, the OCT takes either the railroad track or the road. I'm going to take the road because traffic is light at this hour of the morning. So the railroad track runs right by the road. Well, the shoulder is getting a little tight up here. Maybe I'll just take the railroad track for a while. As far as I know, the only train that does use this track is that train you saw yesterday. And if it's coming, you've got maybe 10 or 15 minutes to get out of the way. Kind of cool. So this is really where I'm going to be going over in here. That's the boat ride. Yeah, you need a boat. Coming into Garibaldi. I'm going over there. I think there's a Shell station up here that will have coffee. So got my coffee. Now let's see if we can find this boat. So I'm going to say this is it. Garibaldi Marina. Lots of people going out to fish for the day, I guess. Oh, poor baby. So the guy who owns the place, his guy called in sick, even though I had an appointment. So he says he can't leave the store. So my choices are to wait until tomorrow with the tide, or try to talk one of these guys who are going out now and taking me over there. I don't know. So I got a ride from some very nice folks over to Crab Harbor. So they're going to go out and do some crabbing for the day. So I think there's a road up here somewhere. Alrighty, let's see if I can find this road. Yeah, looks right there. Very cool. So according to the book, you take this south a little bit and then cut over to the beach, or you can just take it all the way down. Yeah, so this is at the peak of high tide, and I can see why you need to do that, because if the tide were low, you'd be way out here, and you'd have to wade in. Boy, it's just a completely calm day, just like glass. So there's a trail sign in that tree. I think I'll go over and see what the beach looks like. Looks like a nice little trail. There's the beach. There's the jetty. And this is absolutely high tide. And needless to say, I am the only one on the beach. This is pretty remote section here. So that up there is Cape Mears, which I'll be in up on that top there in about an hour and a half. So obviously the beach ends. So I'm going to go inland, and I think it goes up to the Cape Mere Lighthouse. Beach access 30. So at this point, go up to Cape Mears in 2 miles. So I checked this out, and both in Bonnie's book, it does mention that the road's closed, and Google Maps shows it's closed too, but they show being able to walk through it. So we'll see. So it's a 0.8 mile hike up to where I think there's a gate that Bonnie talks about. So I'm glad that's over. Man, that did not look welcoming. I walked through there very fast. There was a little bit of construction right at the north end of that mile, and then nothing afterward. There was a few trucks parked around. I didn't see any people. You know, do they just turn a eye to people with backpacks on? I don't know. It was a sketchy crossing going across the bay. It's gonna be, they say this road isn't gonna get done until 2030. So I think if anybody's gonna try this, go to Garibaldi, take a bus to Tillamook, and then back to Oceanside or Netarts, and then just go south. Don't do this thing. Because had I not found some nice people to give me a ride across the bay, that would have been really a big problem. Had somebody stop me there and say, no, you got to turn around. That would be a big deal. It's a long way around Tillamook Bay. It's what I like about the PCT, AT, CDT, is if you're on the trail, not much anybody can say about it unless it's a fire. But, you know, coast trails are what they are. Gonna go see the Mears Point Lighthouse, then work my way down to Oceanside for a hot cup of coffee. Wow, look at that. Pretty darn cool. The lighthouse is down that way. I'll go down there in a second. Looks like this is be the place for birds to roost, huh? Look at all the bird poop. I think all that white stuff is bird poop. They are definitely leaving a trace. Yeah, in that construction zone, I was totally ready to jump into the woods if I heard a truck coming. I've done that a few times with friends. We're all just like, was that a car? No. More of that cliff. Wow. And another little turnout. Getting dizzy yet? Wow. That's like the shortest lighthouse I've ever seen. I guess when you're already on a tall cliff, you don't need to make it taller. Just makes it more expensive to build. Beautiful view. So I'm going down that way to Oceanside and Netarts next. So I guess there's a trail up to what's called the octopus tree. I'm going to take that next. Very well used trail. There is the octopus tree. Yeah, that's a weird looking tree. It looks more like a pitchfork. Boy, there is nothing but views. Beautiful. According to the map, there's a trail that will take me out a little bit south of where I came in on the highway. Looks pretty good. And I think this is actually on the Oregon Trail. And it's not miles long like it was at Oswald Park. This is probably only a quarter mile back to the road. Very green. Cute. I imagine in the wintertime it's just solid rain here. Getting close to the road. There it is. It's a pretty quiet road. Probably because it's closed up north of here. Getting down to Oceanside. So this is downtown Oceanside. It's not on the Oregon Trail, but there's a coffee shop down here that's open. I guess this one on the left is closed Monday and Tuesdays. That's the problem with a lot of these. They're just only open limited hours. So you almost wouldn't know it's here, but there's a coffee shop there. All right, let's go to Netarts. I've been corrected on that. Not Netarts, it's Netarts. I think it's a 2-mile beach walk. Well, the good thing about starting walking at 5:30, you get a lot of walking in. The bad thing is it's 12:30 and I've been walking 7 hours already. Okay, so I was just talking to one of the local guys about that road closure. He goes, they're not gonna give you any trouble. He goes, just don't walk where they're actively working. He goes, we ride our bikes up in there all the time. So, whatever. All right, back on the beach. So that's Oceanside there. And going down to Netarts this way. This little beach access was beach access 31. Building your houses on cliffs. I don't think I'd feel comfortable. So high tide was at 8:30 this morning, and now we're at low tide at about 1 o'clock. Everybody's just chilling. I mean, the sand is so compact, you can make a skidding sound. Apparently, this is all the water you have to cross to get to the other side of this particular spot. We'll see. Almost to Netarts. Oh, let me see. Well, there's a handy little bridge. Pretty. Netarts on this stairs. Very cool. Beautiful. And that stairway comes out at Crab Avenue. Bayside Market and Deli. That looks good. It's right by where I'm going to stay tonight. The Surf Inn. I'm number 4. Number 4. Wow. I have just been hitting it with decent places to stay. Holy cow. Look at this. And I mean, it wasn't expensive either. Wow. Too good for the likes of me.